Hello community, I hope you are doing good. In this discussion we will see how to create a graph view in the Odoo and how many types of charts available. In the graph view we will see the real task tab. In case you missed previous discussion about how to create a calendar view, please check link is given in description. And if you want to learn more about Odoo with the different task cases, you can visit this WebLearns channel including this playlist, and in this playlist you can refer this playlist Odoo development, and here you can see different types of playlist also available. Let's see CLI command related. You can see here the data type and fields related playlist also available here, the core methods and the function, how to override, what is the purpose. You can see here there are a lot of playlist with different task cases available, and this is the main playlist of the Odoo right now, and we are developing version 13 and 14 mixture, and soon we will also launch the version 15. And apart from this you can see here Python related tips and the editor related tips. You can see here if you have any doubt and you need a support, you can go to about page and you can directly shoot your query to this email address. You can also support this channel using these two URLs, the coffee.com and the PayPal. You can also support using this join button. Let's back to our main topic, like how to create a graph view in the Odoo. So basically Odoo provides a different types of graphs, I mean the chart views. Here we don't need to add any extra JS libraries to display the different types of graph view. So here like there are three types of charts available, the bar chart, line chart and the pie chart. So we have to create similar as a tree view, Kanban view, form view, like that code in the XML side, and Odoo automatically add that view here in the sidebar based on the priority. Alright, so let's create a basic chart view, and then after we will move to the different task cases. So let me go to here in the editor, in the Odoo training, custom add-ons, student module, and in the views. Right, okay, so you can see here like we created a tree view, form view, then after Kanban view, calendar view and all. Right, now like it's time to create a graph view. So right now I'm adding here only to create a record, like create a different views. So we have to always approach the XML file, alright, to create a different types of views. And this is a very common syntax. Right now I'm trying to add here, like which is the record ID and the model attribute inside this record, and we have like sub tags which name is the field, like the first field is the name, model and the arc, and type is the XML. Here ID we have to give a unique ID, so like let's say school, student, graph view. And here in the model, like we have to always use ir.ui.view because this is the model which is handle all the GUI related views. And in the name field you can add anything, whatever you can use. So right now I'm using the same name, but instead of the underscore I'm using here the dot, like school.student.graph.view. And here the model, we have to provide the model name, like which model you want to show the graph. So here simply like I will add school.student. And if you don't know the model name, you can go to here in the Python file. You can see here this underscore name or this underscore inherit. So right now we have to focus about this one only, underscore name. We have to copy this one and paste here. Alright, so this is a common syntax to create all the views, like calendar view, like Kanban view, form view, list view, search view, pivot view, like all type of views by default provided by Odoo. We have to create at least this code. All right, and here like we have to define the view name, which is the graph. All right, so right now I want to display only the, like, let's say the school name, field name equal to school underscore IIT, and here I want to display the birth date. For the double confirmation we can see here the birth date. uh, you can see the school underscore ID is the many to one field of the school profile, and we have like be date. Okay, so this is a date related field. All right, so why I'm using this one I will let you know later, and you already understood till end of this discussion. Stay tuned at the end of this discussion. Now you can see this is a default graph view. You don't need to add much more data like the form view, like the tree view and all right, so this view is only for the reporting purpose, so we are not doing any operations here. We can it's just a visual purpose. We are trying to create a views. So this view we have to also register in the Windows action. If you forgot, then it won't be displayed in the front end side. So you have to remember these things also. So first thing is we have to find out the Windows action for that module. So you can see here, and we have to register here in the view mode. So in the view mode you can see already we registered four types of views: the calendar view, Kanban view, tree view and form view. So here let's say I'm adding like after the Kanban view the graph. So what it means, like first it will display calendar view, then after Kanban, then after graph, then after tree and the form view. All right, you can also add this one in the first sequence. So what happened in the while loading the page, it will display the graph view only. All right, so after here, like I will go to here in the editor. You can see I already add some code in the XML file, so obviously I have to upgrade the module. So you can see here already mention here -u means upgrade the module, which this one. So I already configured these things, and PyCharm automatically upgrade this module while I will restart the service. If you don't know about these automations, how to restart or stop the service or restart the service using the PyCharm, you can see in the editor level playlist. And right now I'm stopped the service. I'm trying to restart the service, and I'm going to in front end side. Here you can see before the refresh the page, you can see there are three types of view available, right? The calendar view, Kanban view and the list view. Now I'm trying to refresh the page. You can see the new view is already available. You can see the difference here, right? And if I will click here, you can see this beautiful chart is displayed, which is called a bar chart. You can see here, this is a bar chart, this is a line chart, and this is a pie chart. All right, so these three charts already provided by Odoo. We don't need to mention anything, and it will automatically display these three types of views. I mean the graph views here. What is this one and what is these three options, I will let you know. But before that one, you can see here the graph view. You can see this is a X and the Y axis, right? Here we mention the school name. You can see this is a school name and the school name. You can see also the field name here. After that you can see we already provided a birth date. So you can see here the birth date for the specific student. Now here this is a count of the students. You can see here, like let's say if I'm hover this light green box, you can see here it's a IIT and IIT, but you can see these three different students is here with different age. You can see the November 1991, November 1995 and November 2000. So let's say that in November 2000 any of like there are multiple student is here with the same school, it will display here with the count one or more than one. It's based on the school and the birthday. All right, by default this one is the month. You can see here the by default it's display month and the year. All right, now you can see this is a measure. So whatever numeric type of fields available in this model, you can see here by default automatically it will display. You don't need to add anything here. By default this is a count selected. If you didn't mention, like I want to display total fees, or let's say the student sequence, or let's say the student fees. All right, so if you want to display default any of these fields, I will show you how. Another thing is, this is a default features, I mean the options for this chart. Let's say this is a bar chart. So for the bar chart you can see these three different options. So first thing is ascending. This is a descending order. If you want to see the ascending order, you can see like this. And this is a stacked. Stacked means you can see now it's a stacked. So if I will unstacked, you can see the view is changed like this way. So if you want to change from your code also, it is also possible. Then after you can see the line chart. In the line chart you can see only two options provided, ascending order and the descending order, like this. After that you can see this is a pie chart. The pie chart is look like this, the circle, and you can see here the university and the student like this, and the date. It's a combination of that school and the but that field. I mean the date field. You can also use different types of fields also. All right, so don't confuse here. Now, like let's see if I will click here in this box, it will automatically go to in the list view for the specific school and the specific date which we selected from the view here. If I will click here, you can see it's IIT and the birth date is like this one. All right, so let's say I'm going to again here. So you can also disable this click event also. If you don't want this click event, it is also possible. So first thing is, let's see how to disable this click event. All right, so I'm going to here in the pie chart, in this editor. Let me go to here in the graph, and here in the graph, like we have to provide here one attribute. The name is disable linking equal to 1. 1 means true, and by default it's a 0. All right, now I have to upgrade the module and restart the service. I'm trying to refresh the page. All right, and now I will click here. You can't see the cursor also, the hand cursor. All right, you can't click anymore right now, so it's a read only. Now, like let's say in the measurement here, I want to display total, like I want to display the measures. Like by default it should be selected as a student fees, not the count. So for that one, like we have to display here the field name, and here the field name we have to choose like student fees, or let's say the total underscore fees, and here like we have to provide type, and here we have to use measure. Like this is a default measure, it will automatically select. I have to restart the service and upgrade the module. Now, like let's say before the refresh the page, you can see it's by default selected as a student fees. Now once the refresh done, you can see it will selected this option, total fees, instead of this count. So you can see this is default selected total fees. So I hope you understood about these measures, right? Like you can see here right now we have three types of measures displaying the graph view, like student fees, student sequence, and total fees. So let's say in your model you have an integer field or float field. It will display all the fields here. For the double check, you can see here in the model level. We will start from the first. So roll number is the character, then after image selection and integer. So student sequence is available in the measure. You can see here, this is. Then after you can see like let's say this monetary field by default it's a float field, but it's a advanced field in the float field. So this is a student underscore fees, like you can see here, this one student fees, you can see like this, and the total fees, I mean the float field, you can see. And after that you can see boolean, dat, character, and reference field. It's not a numeric field, right? So it won't be displayed here. And the count is display the total number of records for this model. But let's say what about the date field? You can see this one. By default it's a month and the year. So what happened here is, so like let's say we want to change only the, I want to see only day wise or week wise or year wise or month wise. It is also possible. For that one, like we have to change here in the view side. Here we have to use interval. Here like we have a different types of options available. For that one, like you can see day, week, then after month, then after quarter, and the year. Alright, so these options available here. So let's say I want to see quarter wise. So for that, like I will use like this, and I will refresh the page, and you can see the change. It's a quarter 4 of this year, quarter 4 for this year, the quarter 4 for this year, like this. Alright, like let's say you want to display the day wise, you can restart the service, upgrade the module, and refresh the page. So you can see it's display with the date field also, sorry, the day wise. Now like let's say we want to display here week wise, upgrade the module and refresh the page. You can see here this is the week of 48 1950, like this. Alright, so this is date and date time related operations, you can see here. And by default it's a month, this is the default month. Right, so let's say the year, we didn't use the year, so let's use the year. Trying to refresh the page. Now you can see different years also available. Now like let's say by default you don't want to stacked, like you want to use as an unstacked like this, then here we have to use, like let's say stacked false. Trying to upgrade the module and refresh the page. So you can see it's unstacked, right, for the bar chart. You can see. Now there is one more requirement, like by default I want to see like pie chart or line chart while restart the survey, like while click to this graph view, then it is also possible. For that one, like we have to use here type and then equal to, in this double quote we have to use one option from the three options, like bar, then after line, and then after the pie. So by default it's a bar chart, so I'm just trying to remove this one and this one. So by default it should be selected as a line chart. So for that one, like I will trying to upgrade the module, going to front end side and refresh the page. You can see by default selected the line chart. Alright, I don't want to use default as a line, but the pie chart you can use like this, type equal to pie. After, like, I will refresh the page, you can see by default it's a pie chart. So here you can use different options here, and I hope you understood these three types of graphs available in the view. What is the measures, then after how you can deal with the date and time related fields. If you want to display the specific day wise, week wise, quarterly, yearly or monthly, you can use like that way. Alright, so that's the graph view, and graph view also supports like different attributes like this. Then after, in the field level you can use like this is a many to one field, this is a date and time field, and this is a numeric field. For the numeric field you can use the type equal to measure to display the default, and for the date and time related you can use like this. I hope you understood this graph view, and in case you have any doubt related to this graph view, please comment below, and see you in next session.